Good morning. I'm coming to you today from up on the pole barn. Every night after work I've been coming home and slapping down a few boards. We're going to have a platform kind of up top here and for storage and that kind of stuff. And finally got a big enough chunk that I can come up and stand on it. So I'm going to go ahead and start putting up some of the trusses. And so our hope is that we will get a roof on finally this winter and a place to put stuff under. So that's our goal. That's what we're shooting for.
You cut out all the stuff where I'm actually me and you make me sound mechanical. You cut out all my dorkiness. Got it.
Hi, I'm Robert.
Oh, I was supposed to say that? Okay.
And today we're continuing that journey. We're working on a pole barn right now. So
You just pointed at my head. You went like this.
Okay.
Like at my nose. Not the pole barn. The pole barn. What?
Well guys, we're continuing on with our pole barn progress. We're putting some framing along the top, getting it ready for sheeting and for roofing. So I always say well guys.
Well
guys, that's every single video.
We should start it like, okay, let's do it like, well guys, okay.
Well guys.
Robert always introduces his shot that way.
Well guys, here we go. All right.
Here we go again.
Today we're working on our pole barn. So there you go. We're putting the roofing on it. Dee Dee's out helping me today. We've got a few hours to tinker with it. So we're just chipping away one board at a time, getting stuff up there, getting it ready for sheeting and for some roofing. So we'll bring you along today as we tinker with that.
Let's do it.
So I guess first I'll just mention real quick how we're doing the roof up. A little different than I would typically have done on a pole barn. Usually sandwich the beams with some 2x12s and frame off of that with purlins and such. I kind of screwed up when I did the poles. My brother-in-law did a great job of getting everything set up for me, and I only had like 6 poles left to do. And I lined them up straight down the edges, and I completely spaced lining them up the other way. So I don't know what I was thinking that day. So we're having to frame things a little bit differently. I'll show you what we're doing there. So we're coming across with 2x12s, and we're doing on 6-foot 2x12s down, and then 2x6s across the 6-foot gaps. And that should give us a plenty strong roof structure. And then I just notched up and out off of the end rather than doing purlins. I need to clean those up a little bit, but just kind of roughed them in there. And this should give us a pretty strong roof. So it would have been cheaper to do trusses at this point, obviously, but I kind of screwed up when I did it, and so that's what you get when you screw up. It's expensive, right? So we will have a little bit of storage though up top. As you can see, we've got some a bunch of 2x12s running for wood storage and that kind of stuff, so we can keep stuff in and out of the weather, but not on the floor of the shop. So that is one nice thing about pole barns, is you get a little bit better storage overhead than you would in a traditional truss setup. Hello.
Good morning.
We are
freezing
cold. No, what is it? Maybe 40 degrees outside today.
It's 41.
41. But we want to get rolling on the pole barn roof here, at least to get that one side done. So we went to the store last night. Don't ask me how we got this load of plywood in there, but we're ready to do some sheeting today. So we're gonna get cranking on that. And what else are we doing?
That's all.
That's it.
Whatever we can muster up the strength and mental fortitude to do.
Well, let's go back inside and get some coffee. So we have a slightly humorous situation here. We've got a couple thousand pounds of plywood in the back of the truck. and it's all banded together, and I don't think I can climb in there and cut that banding, so we'll use a pull saw for that. Alrighty, we're all harnessed up, we're ready to go. Let's do this. So I might have fallen off the ladder on top of my nail gun during this project. So I got a JB Weld because it was cracked and leaking, and I've just been dealing with it. But I guess here's the moment of truth, whether or not it holds. Get that on there. Don't hear any leaking. Success. Well, it's lunchtime. Just dropped my nail gun off the roof, so I think it's time to take a break and come at this with some brain food. Coming along pretty good though, making headway with that. So just chipping away at it, and we'll see how far we can get today. Well, good morning guys. We got all the sheeting up yesterday on this side. Still need to trim along the top. There's a bunch hanging over, and then the far side over there, we just put the end fascia board up, so I need to get that finished up and then shaved down as well. But making pretty good progress. Should be able to get some felt up there today. So the product that I'm using is underlayment is a little bit different than your standard tar paper. This is a self-adhering membrane, and it's pretty cool stuff. It's very grippy, and once you put it up there and you're walking on it, man, it's like sure-footed. On our cabin, when we did the roof on it, there's a pitch change, and I didn't want water backing up from an ice dam and getting up and behind the tin roofing, so that's why I started looking into ice and water shields. This is not as nice as the ice and water shield brand from Grace, but it still is a self-adhering underlayment that is ice and water if you look on their website. I really like using this stuff. It goes down super easy. It's really good for walking on. It's got like an alligator kind of grip looking thing on the back side of it. The thing I like about it most is it's not like a granular product, like you know, if you've ever been on a roof, on a asphalt shingle roof, and the granules start to give and then you fall, you know, you start slipping. That's no fun, right? So this is not like that at all. I'll show you up close what it looks like. All right, so on the back side of this, there's like a sticky tarry stuff, but it actually, unless it's super hot outside, it's still pretty workable and pliable. And it will bleed, like if you hammer through with nails and staples, this tar will, as it heats up, leach out and kind of seal itself. And then on this side, that's what I was talking about. It's got like a grippy, almost alligator type skin on it that is super nice for walking on a steep pitch. So it is still workable. You can kind of pull it loose and move it around as long as it's not super hot up when you're doing it. The hotter it gets, the more the stickier tackier it gets, obviously, but it's still workable. They want you to cut it into small pieces and put it on and overlap. I just roll it out, I don't know. And then you occasionally end up with a few little like gaps where it goes, you know, kind of goes over. It's not that bad, but you know, if you do have a spot where it kind of crinkles up, you just walk on it and it grips down and kind of squishes into itself. It's not really a big deal, but anyhow, love this stuff. I will never use tar paper again. I will forever use this anytime I'm doing a roofing project. All right, we got underlayment down for half of the shop here. Excited about that. I can actually put stuff under here now, and I have some confidence that it won't get ruined. So it's been brutal not having an outbuilding and having a spot to put stuff. So man, this is a big moment. So I'm excited.